Not a comic review show, but an incredible simulation. It's Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Time now for Cerebus issue 138, part 2 of the Jaka story epilogue, which includes two tales. First, the conclusion of Leica Looks from last issue, and then the main story, which is just titled Epilogue, which, unlike Leica Looks, actually is reprinted in the Jaka story phone book, which this completely concludes. Continuing from last issue, the robed and dress-wearing Lord Juliuses chase the third suited one down the hall to measure him, but upon reaching the outside of their office, they find a crowd of Lord Juliuses. Dozens upon dozens of Lord Julius Leica Looks are amassed, as the guards process each one to check their thumbprint to prove their validity. Among the Leica Looks are Elrod and Duke Leonardi. Poor beleaguered Baskin checks the thumbprints against the real one's prints. Which one is the real Lord Julius, and where has he been all this time? In the Jaka story epilogue, a pair of maids at the Tavers estate in Palnu gossip about Jaka's return. From her marriage to a common Iestin, to Lord Julius being aware of not only this but her location all these years. They even discuss the baby she almost had, though reports vary on what happened to it. Jaka's back in her old suite she had when she was 11, and isn't eating much of what the maids have been bringing up for her. They believe she might want to talk to one of them about her troubles, and the first maid figures it might as well be her, since she's known Jaka the longest, and since Nurse is dead. The women concern themselves over every detail of the intended meal, from the lemon slice to the marmalade spoon. When the first maid brings up the meal to Jaka's suite, will Jaka pour her heart out to her, or will something else occur? So, it appears that Jaka's ultimate fate was pretty much what she's been running from since she was 12 years old. The life of privilege that she was bred into, but her true heart seemed to always rail against. In a lot of ways, this is a fate worse than death for her. Her artistic side is stifled, seemingly permanently. When she next appears, she will be changed by this life. Will it be for the better, for the worse? You'll have to wait and see. I once again equate Jaka with Cerebus. At his core, he's a barbarian. He wasn't born as one, but he became one, and his nature will always default to that. It's where he flourishes. With Jaka, it's being a dancer. And so in a lot of ways, they're alike in that regard, even though they're obviously the two outcomes are entirely different. And we'll see more similarities between them later. So overall, Jaka's story was and is an absolute work of art. Dave and Gerhard's work alone speaks volumes. They were firing on all cylinders from start to finish. It's a wonderful tale, ranging from the mundane to the mature. Always a masterpiece. It really doesn't get as much attention as the rest of the books of the series do, in my opinion, and I think that's a real oversight. Next time, Melmoth begins with the return of the Roach.